Hi friends, Shay here, and it's time for another try-through reading vlog. In this one, we are going to doing Kigurumi Guardians. So I've got the first 3 volumes of this one. I believe there's an age gap romance, so I know this one probably won't be for everybody. But I'm going to go ahead and read you the back, and then we'll go from there. So it says, Haka Sasakura's life is about to turn upside down. She's come home from a day of admiring her student body president to discover that a mysterious creature resembling a man in an animal suit has taken up residence in her home. What's more, she has been chosen to work with this strange being to fight off invaders from another dimension and save the world. And she has to kiss him to do so? Oh, yes. I remember why I picked this up now. So I am very excited to read this. So there's volume 1, volume 2 here, and volume 3. So as far as I can tell, this one is on indefinite hiatus, last I heard, or canceled. I don't know. I haven't done my research. If I've done my research, I will let you know in the description down below by the time you're seeing this. But I wanted to go ahead and read this and let you guys know my thoughts, whether I think we should get more of it, if it's possible, things like that. So as always with these, I read the first chapter of the first volume, come back, give you my thoughts though, that I have a better grasp of the situation. And then at the end of each volume, I kind of tell you my thoughts, trying to stay as spoiler free as possible. So with that said, let's go ahead and dive into volume 1. Okay, so I've got a better feel of what's going on here. So these Kigurumi, these little people that look like they're in animal suits, are actually like alien species, and our world is being invaded by a different alien species than these guys. These guys are sent to protect our world from the bad guys. But when he transforms, he's this big tall guy here on the back. And the first thing he says to our character is, "You're weird, kid." So clearly he is our age gap romance guy, even though she has a crush on the class president, who looks very suspicious and like overly done up blonde shoujo prince kind of feel to him. So I'm really kind of digging the dynamic. The chapter was pretty short, so I didn't get a ton of information, but there's this girl who also has a crush on the class president that is one of the guardians, and so they're kind of rivals. And then there's this like nonchalant dude that's like, I don't believe any of this. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this plays out. So I'll come back at the end of this volume and tell you more. Okay, so I just finished the first volume of Kigurumi Guardians, and this was really interesting. I really like the concept and how it's all centered on emotions and, you know, purity of heart and things. Like, I just really enjoy the concept of this, and you can tell that Ginger cares a lot more about Haka than he wants to let on. It's really cute. I'm really liking it so far. So we're definitely, it has a slight bodyguard kind of trope to it, and I really like it because it kind of goes both ways. It's just a very unique take on a story, and I'm really enjoying it. I can understand why people love this so much, and I'm having a great time with it. I'm not exaggerating either. Like, the art style is really interesting, the story's interesting, like, overall, I'm enjoying everything about this, and that makes me really happy. So I am really excited that I am ready to jump in to volume 2. Okay, so I just finished volume 2 of Kigurumi Guardians, and I ended up really liking the direction of the story. There was a pretty big reveal at the end of volume 1. It's a huge spoiler, so I'm not going to mention it, but that does kind of affect the tone of the rest of the volumes so far. And there's information not being given to our human guardians. And it's just been really interesting because the Kigurumis know most of what's up. And there's certain things that they're trying to do and protect the guardians from. And so it's just been a really interesting and intriguing plot so far. And more, the guardians are becoming more attached to their Kigurumi. And it's just so fun. Like, I am really surprised I had not heard of this until recently because it is so fun. My guess is because it's on hiatus or whatever. But yeah, I really like the concept of this. I do. It feels kind of like I just really like the whole concept of it involving hearts and people's feelings and people manipulating those feelings into what they need, but our guardians are coming and making things back to the way they were, and it's amazing. I really like it. I really like it a lot. And like I say, the art is fun. The age gap is scarier than I initially realized. So I'm having mixed feelings about that. I'm going to be honest. It's a different kind of age gap than I thought it was going to be. So I'm kind of getting a little uncomfortable with it. I'll discuss it more at the end, but yes. The story itself, I'm really liking. So if you don't like age gaps, probably don't pick this one up because you will definitely be uncomfortable with it. I'm still trying to decide where I land with it. Because the way these Kigurumi transform into their human forms, it does involve a kiss from their guardian. So I'm having a lot of mixed feelings about that aspect of the story. So with that said, I'm going to move on to volume 3, and I'll give you all my final thoughts at the end of that. And it ends just when the story is getting so good. Oh my gosh. Okay, so there's only the 3 volumes out. It's on indefinite hiatus. It might have been canceled. I don't know. I would understand the reasons why it would get canceled, but at the same time, the story is amazing. So, so good. And it just left on like the biggest cliffhanger ever, and I'm a little bit dead inside now. Because I can't go get more. Like, this is it. And so, for that reason, I don't think I can, like, recommend it to everybody. Between that and the kind of age gap that it is, I can't just blanket recommend it, say, yes, go pick it up. But if you want to read it, feel free to suffer with me, because there's only the 3. And this is the same artist that does Penguinundrum, which is a popular one releasing right now. So I might actually pick that up now that I've read this and like their style a lot. But it was so good. Oh my gosh. Like, it's such a good series. I'm so sad that there's not more. I want more. So at the very least, it's on indefinite hiatus. But I really hope we get more in this series because wow. It was so good. So with that said, that's kind of all I can say about this one. If you want to suffer with me, please pick it up so I have more people to talk to about it. But if you aren't okay with a big cliffhanger that you might not get a resolution on, then give this one a hard pass. So with that said, thank you guys so much. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.